Good evening, fellow classmates. So today I'm going to talk about the importance of sounding credible or using credible sources as a speaker or as a presenter, public presenter. So personally, as a petroleum engineer, whenever I'm doing my speeches, I try to focus as much as I can to petroleum or engineering related subjects. As a petroleum engineer or an engineer in general, I'm supposed to be really knowledgeable with STEM related classes like anything to do with science, math, and technology. So whenever I present, just having that background in science and engineering help me sound credible on such matters. However, it's really different when it comes to presenting in petroleum engineering classes. Well, as the book said, having good search engines create like it's a first step of doing a presentation, and it kind of create like a credibility first if you use a good website. So thankfully for us petroleum engineers or here at UTPB, we don't really need to use a Google Scholar or all those stuff when it comes to our specific classes. We can go. We have access to one Petro Wiki. The school grants us access, and that's those are really big source of for petroleum engineers because they have everything that's been published and or reviewed in the oil industry. So they have tons of information, and it avoids us the drama of going through Google and having to see advertisement, different stuff, all those things. We don't have to go through all of that. So, for example, last semester in my drilling class, it was at the drilling lab. So we had a project where we had to do some research and present. So what I did is I went to one Petro, of course, and I found a really good, interesting article. But the paper that I selected was a paper that was presented at the Society of Petroleum Engineers and the International Association of Drilling Contractors on a conference in Amsterdam in 2013. So it was a really good paper because even at the beginning of the paper, they says that the program committee had reviewed the paper and it's been accepted as credible. So that's really ended the discussion of judging if the paper is credible or not. So, and the other thing that I selected, why I selected the paper, is because it was talking about managed pressure drilling in West Africa, and personally, this that's where I'm from. I feel like I'll be more. I might sound a little bit more familiar with the subject since it's originally where I came from. So it was a really good presentation, and I really had a good. I really made good point over there. So what the paper what it was really about, it was like about how to maintain the borehole pressure while drilling your well. Whenever you have issues with between like the pressure gradient and the pore pressure, so that's when we use the managed pressure drilling in order to maintain the pressure and try to raise the pore pressure so the oil can flow up. So beside that, I did some other few stuff like I used different graphs to present and try to convince my audience of the subject I was talking about because I was the only pretty much beside the professor and a few other assistants. I was the only one who really studied the my subject. So I had to convince them and try to teach them and tell them what I'm talking about. So that's why I had to include some graphs and really good material. And thankfully, the presentation went by really good, and that gave me a lesson. Always present, always have good sources, and try to make your presentation as much easier if you can, easy to follow, and not try to lose your audience. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I wish you good luck on the rest of your classes.